There we go. It's a local support meeting. That sounds Rachel. After a bit of break, I had some annual leave and very busy with this NHS project. So now let's put this there. That is actually working. It's just talking about it. Yes. There we go. Yes. So we've got our screen share. I've got, yeah, so just there's going through the old action items. So DRE continues, that's our corporate sponsor, and they do have a new service now that I should try deploying the system on. They've just got me set up with that, so that's so try local support on the new DRE system. But that could be cheaper hosting. We are now using Elastic Mail for our newsletters.
Okay.
And that seems to be working, and their free allowance is in terms of number of emails sent rather than numbers of people in your mailing list. That was the thing on MailChimp.
Okay, yes.
If you go over 2,000 people,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's I remember the original, because you were asking about mailing lists and sending stuff out for. Because you do it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes. And are you just doing that? How are you?
So we're doing it through MailChimp, but what we've done, because we've gone over 2,000, we've got another MailChimp account.
Okay, and so you're right. Okay, yes, right, yes. Anyway, but which is probably, if you're familiar with the interface, that's probably sensible. Yeah, having the Elastic. Yes, and then there we go. Yeah, I haven't checked where we are in the old race to. Where we appear at Harrow volunteering. Yeah, so we're still we're like 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 5th if you search for the phrase Harrow volunteering. Now let's see what happens if you search for the 2 words Harrow volunteering separately, and I suspect we will still be much further down. I need to speak to Lara further about. It's now been a the site itself, the volunteering is front and center. I think we got that up. Let's go and see. Yeah, so it lands on the volunteer center, I think. Yeah, and so we've updated this text here. So this now, before it kind of just was like the statement, but it's now saying that it's about helping them discover volunteer opportunities. So that's there. I guess it seems like that may not have been enough to. It just takes time, doesn't it, with the Google? Yeah, not. I think it makes it. Yeah, when we search for Harrow volunteering separately, it's the full page. So more could do better. Yeah, so I think there I need to ask. I've got to ask Lara about that phrase. There we go. Okay. So yeah, Team London. No, I mean I keep on following up with them, and they keep on not really saying anything. So there we go. Maroen has got the post to do it thing sort of working, which is good. I think I've got a version of it running locally now. And I feel like this is really entirely my. He's done it so that the way that you the way he's done it is so that you kind of go to a different screen to go and post the thing to do it separately, which I'd quite like to show you if I can just pull it up quickly enough. Actually, I've got. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. Yeah. Actually, I think I pulled in screenshots, didn't I? Might be the fastest way. Oh, I did. I put it in. Right, I think I reviewed. here we go. Right. So this is the there's a separate page that you end up on here. If I can just work out I can get it running locally. There we go. So what he's done is that on the sort of, I think it's on the create a volunteer opportunity page. So if we're in, and we're associated with an organisation, let's go with one of our own organisations. There. So now we've got an extra, as well as a delete, there's create a volunteer opportunity. So if you click that, that's, I think, as it was before, so it's not an additional one. And then, no, for some reason that's not, I think, maybe what it is actually is if you own that organization, is that what it is? Do I have to log in as my info at Agile Ventures? I'm not going to get the flow working, just to show you. But you've got the, you've got, basically, there's an extra button that indicates that you want to publish it to do it. And that takes you to this separate screen. And then you get a drop down, which you choose the do it organization that you would then publish it as. So for example, Volunteer Action Harrow will have.
Do it. So it only work if you had to do it. Yes.
Well, so it's, I mean, yeah, there are aspects to me that it's not clear. And what he's got it doing at the moment is it queries do it to say what are the do it organizations that are available based upon the keys that we've put into the system, and then we sort of then their things require the start date and end date, which we don't have, and then he's got this thing, and so I think it all works. I'm still
because on do it you can't just go and post. You have to log into the relevant organisation.
Yeah, I think what it is that we have to kind of go in to do it, and we have to enable, like, we would have to get some information, like we would sit down with you and log into VAR's thing on do it. We'd extract like an ID, excuse me, that would then be sort of embedded into our system, and then so we can then give permission to people to post to their, and in principle for other people, so if it was like Karamea or whoever, if they have their own organization, we can kind of work with them to get set up so that they could then forward it to do it. There's more. There's ambiguity that I will need to work out. My immediate concern about it was I hadn't been expecting a separate form, and I was imagining it would be, you know, you'd have a tick box that would be publish this to do it, and then when you tick that, it would, you know, a few more fields would appear on the same form, rather than, yeah, exactly. So so here that there would be a tick box for unticked for publish to do it. You'd click that, and then it would reveal these additional fields rather than taking you to a new place. And partly I was thinking that because that's how Zamago had done it for some other previous, like he previously had an option to for the address and postcode to reveal, and so that's what I was imagining. Now that Marouane's done this, I mean, what I should have done is provide him a, you know, an interface mockup in the first instance. It's probably maybe more. I mean, we can ask him to change it, and he's happy to do it. But then that sort of puts off the point at which we could roll it out. I wondered if you had strong feeling about it being a separate form or it being the same form, or.
Does it make sense? It's a single form.
Yeah. No. Well, that's you know, that's good to get your opinion on that. And I think, I mean, ultimately we've got to look at what's the list of organisations that's going to be in there, and what hoops do we want to have them step up through? Because I guess there's a question for you more broadly: is if we're in, do you want them to be able to publish volunteer opportunities to your organisation in Do It? No. So the VAR. But rather than it being a process of selecting, we would want individual users. We would want to have them linked to their, so that when you came to this place, rather than it being a selection program, I mean that would then make sense again for it to be the single form. That basically, if you wanted to click publish to Do It, there wouldn't be an option to choose which organisation you were publishing. It would just be for this user that you're logged in as. This user has been connected to a Do It account, and then that will be an option for them. And if they haven't been connected to a Do It account, then they won't be able to do it. Yeah. Right. So I think that's very helpful.
It does feel quite complicated because I think with the Do It signing in process.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that it works is that in order to do it, you wouldn't have to sign in to do it. What the complicated bit will be front loaded. What we would probably have to do is, so we could set it up so that for you as VAR, so that basically when you went to this page and you could use this as a way to send your volunteer to both this and to Do It, and and we would have set it up so that you've got that linkage for yourself, Alex, and whoever you want to approve for doing that. And so with a single form, that would be quite straightforward, but it requires this upfront work, and that's where I've got to get further clarity. So I think what it usually is we get this like an API token from your account, and
I presume at some point there has to be some
new version of Bootstrap, which does all the layout.
Okay.
So that was what we've noticed in retrospect is, like you were saying, some of the buttons, they don't seem to have as much spacing between them. Like, I don't know if you just go to, for example, just click on, is that going to be, I don't know what to do. If you click on like one of our organizations, or probably easy just to click on organizations, which will only show our organizations. If you like, click on entity arrow. If you scroll down there, here, just so we've noticed that, and we're working on there's a little some layout things, so working on that. But yeah, that's the stuff in play. So the things that we've got here, where the next stuff is all related to events. Two things of that is linking the feedback form into the site and automated posting to social media feeds. I think that's about, we'll like